Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. This is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news, as well as a preview of the upcoming game matchups. So, this week, the Texans are coming off their bye week. They will be going on the road to face the Carolina Panthers, a game that will feature the number one overall selection from this year's draft and the number two overall selection from this year's draft. So, I'll get into all that in just a few. Right now, let me get into a very quick game recap. Um, so yeah, Texans. Before they hit the bye week, they did beat the New Orleans Saints, 20-13. My one major takeaway from this game is that the Texans this young group. Got a win that they needed to get a win from. If I could clarify that a little bit more. I think this was an important win for them in their early development because it was a game in which they pulled away from. You know what I'm saying? They got the touchdowns in, but they got the field goals in. My issue with the field goals was from the Atlanta game where they just constantly kept kicking field goals. This in this particular game, they actually kicked them when they needed to actually finish the game off. So so this was a game where they actually instead of going into the fourth quarter with a big lead and blowing the lead, they actually held on to the lead, and you know what I'm saying, it chipped down to 7. Um, right before the third, or right before the fourth quarter, or right before the third quarter ended, or whatever. But um, they still were able to hold on. So kudos to that defense, especially for getting things done, for going out there and handling business. Now, with that being said, they are back off the bye week. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yes. So the outlook for the rest of the year. So I talked about, in I did a bye week video, and I talked about, the outlook that I had, for this team. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, go to my page, facebook.com/BrandonBlog, or you can, if you're watching this on YouTube, just click on my profile and check the video out there. Um, Pretty much what I was saying for the rest of the season is it looks like there's a lot of winnable games on our schedule coming up, and so it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see how close this team can get to the postseason. And just looking at all the factors that are kind of in front of them right now. So I'm thinking about how this division is looking. Jacksonville, obviously they're really strong right now. Um, so they have the ups and downs, to be honest with you. But to be honest with you, I don't think it's their downs are going to deter them from probably winning this division, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? They built their team up a couple of years ahead of us. Um, as far as like everybody else, I'm not really too worried about Tennessee. They look like they're about to start a whole other rebuild, coming soon. Um, and yeah, as far as like the Colts, they're kind of in the same boat with us. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the Texans just kind of finish this season, and that's not just based off the division, but based off our schedule and based off how we play so far. I didn't expect this team, as I mentioned in the bye week video, I didn't expect this team to be at 3-3 at this point of the season. But here we are, here they are. And you know what I'm saying? They're doing a fantastic job right now. They're really I would say they are exceeding expectations of a lot of the fans. So definitely kudos to them. Injury report. I've been trying to get better about reading off the injury report this year. Um, I haven't seen nothing that's like concerning. Right now, I'm kind of doing this a little bit early than I usually record. I usually record on Fridays. I'm actually doing it. I'm actually recording on Thursday this week, and at this point, it doesn't look like there's anything like pressing as far as like anybody being listed on the injury report. Tank Dell he's expected to actually be playing this week. He's coming off a concussion protocol from the Falcons game. I think might have been even before that, but yeah, he's expected to be playing this week. All signs point to him being activated. I also heard, didn't check on, but heard that Derek Stingley should be close to returning to the lineup as well. So definitely looking forward to him coming back into the lineup and seeing what he does, how his impact will affect this secondary. Um, considering he's been out for like a good while. Um, so enough of the injury report. Off of that, this upcoming matchup with Bryce Young. So yeah, so this game is going to feature number one, number two overall players selected from this year's draft. So number one overall quarterback Bryce Young playing for the Carolina Panthers. Number two overall C.J. Stroud, who's obviously playing for the Houston Texans, and it's going to be quite an interesting matchup. So I don't think that people expected this matchup to be kind of downplayed in a sense. But both quarterbacks have had kind of different seasons, if you will. Stroud, he's been great. He's wowed a lot of people, impressed a lot of people. Bryce Young, he's been okay. He's been good. He's had a setback as far as like an injury goes already earlier in the season, and so he had to like miss a game or so. He had to miss some time for that. So it's going to be real interesting as far as like seeing where the hype is for this game. In my personal opinion, I'm stoked for this game because I think that the hype is going to be there for all intents and purposes. You know what I'm saying? These are the top two draft picks from this past year's draft, and so there's a lot of potential that both of these guys have. And so I think in a game like this, I don't I don't feel like they're actually have a lot of things to just really play for. Even with Stroud, even though the Texans have done great. This may very well be the highlight of his young career right now. So uh, I think it's for him is going to be about can he go out here and prove to people that they should have taken him number one. And same thing for Bryce Young. I think he's going to step onto that field and come with that same mentality, and he's going to prove to people that he should have been selected number one, and that the Carolina Panthers didn't make a mistake. So I expect big games from both of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Stroud, he has the numbers. Way better than Young's. But I think Young is, what I'm saying, he's really going to come in and just kind of really tear things up. So this is definitely going to be a matchup worthwhile for this weekend. So, with that being said, I just want to get into like a couple of things that the Texans got to do to win this game. They're coming off a bye week, and not just coming off a bye week. They're coming off a win over the New Orleans Saints. So, what I'm saying, they're coming off a win from home at home. Now they're going on the road. They're facing the Carolina Panthers, and Carolina. They're 0-6 right now, and so this is one of those winnable games that I was kind of discussing in the last week's video, and something that I mentioned earlier. This is one of the this is one of the games that the Texans are going to be expected to win. One of the few games that they're going to be expected to win at this point in time. So I think I don't know. I think that it's going to be a new feeling for a lot of the players on this team, especially for some of the younger core guys. It's going to be a new feeling of just being seen as like an overwhelming favorite. You know what I'm saying? Because this is going to be a first test of pressure being put on them. Like, can they actually go out here, execute, and prove that they are the better team? This isn't even about C.J. Stroud at this moment, to believe it or not. This is about this whole team as a this is about this team as a whole. You know what I'm saying? From coaching all the way down to second and third string. You know what I'm saying? Can the Texans go out here and prove that, what I'm saying, they are the better team? So, with that being done or being contemplated, here's a couple of things that they're going to need to do. So, first off, Texans need to run the football. So Carolina, they're near the bottom of the league in run defense. Houston has to take advantage of that. With the injuries, all like kind of being put to the side right now, everybody's coming back healthy, especially on that O line. it's going to be crucial that that O-line opens up the running lanes and allows Dameon Pierce to get busy out there. And not just Dameon Pierce. Let's see if we could get a running back by committee going on. You know what I'm saying? Keep everybody's legs fresh and just wear that defense down. Because a lot of people, and I don't know if I really spoke on this before or not, but a lot of people think that, you know, with a banged up O line, it's going to affect the quarterback the most. And you know what I'm saying? There is truth to that, of course. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have anybody protecting him, but also, you know, with the O line banged up, it's also going to affect the running back. So he's not going to have as good as opportunity for running lanes. He's not going to have as good a season for production, which is what's happening with Pierce. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's had to run behind that banged up O line that's giving up so many sacks. That's giving up 13 sacks on the year. He's had to run behind that. He's had to rely on that to open the running lanes, and they haven't been able to do that. So he hasn't been able to be the Dameon Pierce that the Texans fans so fell in love with last season. So now that everybody is getting healthy, now that that O-line is getting healthy, he has a chance to actually, you know what I'm saying, go in there and just really wreck shop, just really salvage his season, and just not even just salvage it, probably just put on better numbers coming into the second half of the season. So I definitely think that, you know, that's going to be a key for this game. They have to go in there and open up these running lanes. Second thing that the Texans got to do to get a win in this game is Stroud. He can't get caught up in the moment. And like I said, a lot of because of how, you know what I'm saying, both teams have, like, how they look on paper, it's probably not going to be as hyped as people are going to make it to be. But it's still going to be a hyped moment, and it's going to be something that really means a lot to Stroud. It's going to be a game that really means a lot to Bryce Young at the same time. So, with that being said, when he's thinking about like how big of a moment this is for him in his young career, he can't let that get to him and just kind of take him out of his game. So far, Stroud is, you know what I'm saying, he's throwing the ball where he needs to throw the ball when he needs to throw the ball. So he's throwing the ball. He's throwing deep passes when he needs to throw deep passes. He's throwing short and intermediate routes when he needs to throw short and intermediate routes. So he doesn't have to, you know what I'm saying, just get greedy and throw deep passes when he doesn't see it. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't, in short, basically, he doesn't have to force anything. You know what I'm saying? Just to show out. All he has to do is just play his game that has got him here, that has got him the production that it has this season, and just do that. Stick to what got him to this point. At this point, they're 3-3. The Texans are 3-3 behind his play, behind his decision making. So just stick to that. And you know what I'm saying? Do not get caught up in the hype. Do not get caught up in the moment of being like, oh, you know, I think I'm gonna just go blah 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 blah, blast off and do this, and you know, it's gonna look like this to the fans and all this, and I'll show them. Nah, stick to what you stick to what got you here. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? If there's a shot, obviously, if there's a shot to, you know what I'm saying, get aggressive or whatever, then take it. But I'm not here to tell C.J. Stroud how to play quarterback. He's doing a fine, good job without me. My only suggestion is just stick to what got you to this point, and you'll be fine. So, uh, that's pretty much all I got for this week. I think I threw all my information out in the bye week video. Um, so yeah, Texans for this game, they just need to run the football, get a running back by committee going, get behind that healthy O line, and also Stroud. Make sure Stroud doesn't get caught up in the moment of this game between. You know what I'm saying, in a moment of this battle between him and Bryce Young. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there, stick to what got you your success so far this season, and everything should be good to go. So, I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. If you're watching this on YouTube, click my profile link and subscribe to my page. Like this video, subscribe to my page. If you're watching this on Facebook, like my page, facebook.com/BrandonBlog. Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. Holla black.